Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Florida Man YouTube channel. My name is Food.
And my name is Wine.
We are here at a very tasteful Epcot to show you guys what they have, the new food, the new merchandise, the new anything that we can show you for Food and Wine in Epcot in 2021. But before we show you guys anything about Food and Wine, please consider subscribing. I mean, it helps us a ton. And you may be wondering, why does a virtual number help us physically get to a theme park and talk to a video camera? And you may be right.
This year, Food and Wine started July 15th, and it's gonna last till November 20th. So that's 129 days of good eating. So enough talking, let's get into it. We are going to show you guys all the booths at Food and Wine, but we're not gonna try all of them, but we will show you all the dishes that we're gonna get today. So right now we are at Flavors by Fire, and I got the corned beef route. The corned beef corner route is a smoked corned beef with crispy potatoes, cheese curds, pickled onions, and beer cheese fondue.
I want to fondue all over you.
All right, so we're gonna do a little taste test here. Some of the beef with that cheese. That's really good. It almost has like a sour cream taste to it. I like it a lot. So underneath is chips, so let's try it with the chips. It's really good.
Wait a minute, Trevor, you have something right there. Let me get that for you. So this dish was about $5.50, and Trevor, should you get it, yes or no?
Oh yeah.
And in case you guys were wondering, here are the other food items on the menu.
So right next to Test Track is the Donut Box. Now this is an old booth that has been here for many years, and this is the menu.
Flavors by Fire is located on the left side of Epcot when you're walking in. So we are going to shoot across to the right side of Epcot before World Showcase, there's Trevor, thank you, to go to Earth Eats.
So here at Earth Eats, we got the Impossible Burger Slider with wasabi cream and spicy slaw with a sesame seed bun. We also got a spiced apple twinnings of London chai tea with whiskey.
All right, so I'm gonna try the Impossible Burger first. Here we go. It's kind of hard to eat. A lot of stuff going on inside here. A little spicy at first. Very vegetable-y. It's good.
All right, so I'm gonna try the spiced tea with whiskey. I'm not gonna drink the whole thing because it is a lot. Let's give it a shot. It smells really good. It smells like apple juice. Tastes like apple juice too. Tastes like a spiked apple juice. It's actually pretty good. And they give you a cinnamon stick too. So I like it. It's basically like an apple pie in a cup. All right, so I'm going to try the Impossible Burger. Now I must warn you, I hate vegetables. I am not a healthy person, so this is a new for me. All right, so let's try it. Just got casually insulted by Jaden there. Actually, it's pretty good.
Do you think that it's worth the $6?
For the size, no, but it does taste like an actual burger.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth the $6 either just for this one. Just because that other one we had at Flavors by Fire was like way better. But if you're like a vegan or whatever, then And here are the additional items that are on the menu at Earth Eats. So right before we go into World Showcase, there is one more booth, and it's called Noodle Exchange. We're not gonna get anything here, but we're just gonna show you the menu and what they have just in case you wanted to know.
Once you enter World Showcase, to your left is the Hawaii booth. Now this is a returning booth that has a lot of the same items as previous years. Here is a list of those items.
We are going to go through World Showcase clockwise to show every booth and their menus. All right, so here we are at the fourth one, right?
Fourth, yes.
It is called Swanky Saucy Swine. I did not make that up, that's what it's called. We are going to get something here, which is the
crispy barbecued pork rinds. This is actually a new booth for 2021. So at Swanky Saucy Swine, we got crispy barbecue rinds with pimento cheese.
What is it, cheese?
Pimento.
That's a funny word.
It is a funny word.
All right, Trevor, dig in.
This looks weird, and it smells like Old Bay, so we'll try it.
Dip that in that sauce.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
that sauce. I don't know how I feel about that face. Talk to me.
So there's a lot of weird textures going on. It basically tastes like a Frito mixed with Old Bay, and the sauce, or the pimento cheese I'm guessing, is just like this grainy, mushy, like look at this. It's like mush.
Ew.
It's not the most pleasant looking thing, and it's not the most best tasting thing.
So that item was $4.75. Trevor, is that a yes or a no?
Absolutely not. I hate it. That's really bad. Sorry, folks.
This is breaking news, everybody. Trevor is actually going and not keeping the food here, okay? He's going to throw it out. So, yeah, definitely, I mean, from our point of view, definitely don't get that.
Up next is the Mexico booth, which is a constantly returning booth. Every now and again they switch up the menu, but it's pretty much the same stuff as always.
So awkward.
Once you enter in China, you will see the China Pavilion booth, which has a variety of new items. This one is always popular and is a constantly returning booth. One thing Trevor would like to point out is it looks like the prices have gone down since last time we were here. Around the art festival, things cost between $10 to $13, and now things are about $4 to $7.
It's reverse inflation. All right, so we're walking towards Germany, and wow, what a shame. The India Pavilion slash booth is closed.
Actually, it says coming soon, so this will come later during the festival.
So they were thinking about opening up the Kenya booth, but they said, can you not? Next up on the list is a fan favorite, the Germany booth, and we're gonna get something here. Guys, I picked one of the furthest tables I could find because Trevor got a beer flight, and I made him walk all this way with the beer flight to not spill
You're
anything.
a bugger. All right.
So tell us what you got.
So we got over here a sausage and a pretzel bun. I forget the name. And then over here we got a beer flight with a variety of different beers, including Gaffelkolschenherken, Kollegen, Waschenherken, Haken, Largen, and Schuffenherfen Wild Cherry Hafenherken. This I've had before. This I actually love. The other two I'm unfamiliar with, but let's dive in.
So this is the roast bratwurst in a pretzel roll with a little schlorgel of mustard, and that schlorgel is German for squeeze. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this guy. I'm gonna dip it in the mustard here. All right, this is gonna try to make this as least awkward as possible. Here we go. There's a lot of pretzel going on. Tastes like a regular pretzel, but then the bratwurst comes in. Pretty good. Sorry. It's good. Yeah, I like it.
All right, so we are going to try the beer flight, starting off with one, starting off with two.
Oh, hold up. Keep it going, keep it going.
Starting off with the grape.
All right, review right now, go.
Favorite in order. First, second, third. This one tastes like feet.
All right, so the bratwurst was $4.75. I would say you should get it. It was pretty good. Trevor, how much was the flight?
The flight was $9.75. So what I would recommend is actually just getting one individual beer. I do recommend the grape one. However, it's up to your personal preference. So there's one thing that the Florida would like to talk about, and unfortunately Disney got rid of Stacy, who you would only know if you would stay at the resort. So it would be a show of the top 10 must-dos. So in honor of Stacy, we have pretzels and beer.
One thing to keep in mind is that you're walking around a hot theme park, so do you really want these hot meals like that, bratwurst that we just had at Germany? But anyway, right next to Germany is the Spain booth, and that is also closed, but here is the menu really quickly. The Italy booth is always packed. There's always a line outside of it. We're not going to get anything here, but here is the menu. Just like I play the drums and this guy is in the picture and he's playing the drums. So right outside the American Adventure, they have this, the Rotunda Bistro. Rotunda Bistro, thank you, Trevor. And it kind of goes inside. I've never seen this before, so we're gonna see what it is. Let's go check it out now. So they put like a little booth inside the American Adventure queue area, so you can eat your food in here, and it's air conditioning, which is good because a lot of the booths have little tables like this that are right outside in the heat. So you can eat your food with some nice air conditioning. So really quickly, here is the menu for that. There are two booths in the American Pavilion. The second one we have is Hops and Barley Market. And Trevor is going to get the carrot cake that they have here, which is $4.50, but here is the menu.
So this is the carrot cake with icing. They've actually had this item for many years. I've had this before, but I like it so much I decided why not get it again. So let's dive right into it. Oh, it's hot and the seat's hot. So this may not be, you know, the appropriate item to get on a hot Florida. If this thing would go, there we go. It's very good. I love this thing. The icing really hits hard.
So Trevor,
Yes.
should you get the carrot cake?
Yes.
Yes?
Very good. Yep.
All right, you heard it here first. Now moving right along to the Japan Pavilion. We aren't gonna get anything, but here is the menu for it. Now we panned from down up that time just to throw you guys off a little bit. So they have a pavilion for Greece, and they titled it Greece. I don't know, you know, why they did that, but here is the menu.
It's a little weird because in years past, that is usually the Moroccan booth, which actually has some really good food, but there's no Moroccan booth this year, so it's kind of disappointing.
Now another very, very popular one, France. I'm not gonna be able to explain or say any of these titles here, but here's the menu.
Keep in mind, a lot of the famous booths are ones that have been here for a while, including France, Italy, Germany, Hawaii. These always have the longest wait.
Now next up on the list is the Ireland Pavilion, which is unfortunately closed. So here's the menu for that. The Big Blue Building is what we call it. It's closed for some reason. Usually they have it open and have a ton of stuff in there, but you can't even get in it right now, which sucks. All right, so now me and Trevor are walking into Canada. I think we only have about like 2 or 3 more booths to show you guys. We're a little tired, but we're gonna power through. Right, Trevor?
Yes. So we are at the Canada Pavilion, and right here I have the bacon and cheddar soup. This guy has been one of my favorite dishes of all Food and Wine. I've had this with my good friend Erin, and she got me addicted to it, so I am back here to enjoy it again. So let's dive on in here. So we got our pretzel, dipping it into the bacon cheese. Look at that. It's still as good as I remember it.
All right, so this was $5.75. Trevor, should they get it? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. All right, so that was pretty good. Here is the menu for the rest of those items. Also, right here is the Australia Pavilion, and here is the menu for that as well. All right, last but not least, we have Shimmering Sips. I don't think we're gonna get anything, but here's the menu for it.
So we just did a full lap around the World Showcase, and that is all the booths that they have currently. Now again, there are some booths that aren't open yet, however they will open up later during the festival. So let's talk about merchandise. So like any other festival here at Epcot, they do have limited edition merchandise, as well as pins and other events such as music.
So we're gonna do another lap around. It shouldn't be as long, but we're gonna go ahead and go over some of that merchandise, some of those pins, try to see the entertainment. We have a little pamphlet here that lets us see that, if I can get it out of my pocket. Here we are. And you know, it's all over the park and all over World Showcase. This pamphlet you can get to show you all the booths and the food. So we're gonna see if we can see some cool merchandise, right, Trevor?
Oh yeah! Let us restart at the front of World Showcase. If you go right towards Canada, at the port of entry, they have all the Food and Wine merchandise you could ever ask for. So this year they have a variety of stuff, including new trash can shakers, which are very cute.
You're cute, Trevor.
Thank you, I tried. They also have this really cute shirt. I actually like this a lot.
How much is it?
It is a whopping $30.
Too much.
Yes. So they also have one of these to fill up your white woman's Instagram with.
How much is it, Trevor?
For you, it's a whopping $30.
And we also have this. How much is this one?
This, again,
Oh,
gorgeous,
I like that.
so fancy. This one for you is, this one doesn't have a price. So guess what? It's free.
I actually do like this shirt, and it is $30.
Why is everything $30? But if you look on the back here, very cool.
Here is a little ornament for $22.99. Oh my god, I feel like I could make that. Oh my god. All right, so we also have a more breakable version of that, which is this. And how much is that, Trevor?
This one's actually $15, which isn't too bad. So the one thing that they always have is annual pass holder merchandise. So they have a whole section here dedicated to pass holders, including a pass holder shirt, pass holder cup, pass holder magic band, and that's about it. They actually have this really cool magic band that says pass holder that has different foods, and on the other side it has Figment.
Is that limited edition?
It is limited edition of
2,700.
Yes.
How much is it?
It is for you a whopping price of $40.
40?
$40.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just as a little thing, you know, as you're walking around World Showcase and even in some parts of Epcot, you know, they'll have, you know, different art for food and wine, so it looks different. It's almost like it's decorated for food and wine.
So right here we have some of the limited edition pins. This one is one of them from the event. This one's double-sided, so if you take the backing off, it'll flip to this side.
And they are $16.
On a quick side note, one of my favorite things about food and wine is Remy's Hide and Squeak. So all throughout World Showcase is very small Remy's that has a food with them. So you have to go and find all of them. It's almost like a really cool scavenger hunt. You do have to pay for the map, but you do get a prize at the end once you find all the Remy's. Here is an example of one of the Remy's that you can find throughout World Showcase. We wanted to take this time to talk to you about some of the tips and tricks that we have for food and wine. Tip number 1, to help manage your money, what we recommend is buying a Disney gift card. They actually sell little gift cards with a little wristband that you can keep on you at all times. What I typically do is get that gift card and throw in either $50 or $100, so that way you can kind of cap yourself and not spend more than you would like.
That's like a little food and wine debit card there, huh?
Exactly. Our second tip is actually take breaks. Don't do it all in one shot. It's not a race. Take your time and go to each pavilion, look at the menu, see what you want to get, and make sure that you sit in AC because it is hot. And you don't want to be out here sitting on these black tables in the hot Florida sun all day. Even me, who works in the Florida sun all day, am struggling right now. It is insanely hot.
Now the last tip that we have, which is the third tip if you were counting along with us, is that the booths don't have soda machines, so they aren't able to give free ice water. So try to get free ice water where you can. They're not going to be at the booths. I mean, they sell overpriced Dasani water and Diet Coke, and you know, the Diet Coke might be worth it because it's Diet Coke, but you get what I'm saying.
So this year that Food and Wine is sponsored by Corksicle, and right here they have a limited edition Corksicle thing. This is a whopping $40. This is $40. This is great for carrying drinks, and then when you get bored you can beat people over the head with it.
Wait a minute. $40 for this.
Yes.
I could go to the dollar store and get a cup and write Food and Wine on it. Okay. I know it doesn't make any sense, but
what you could do is go to Wendy's and get 10 4-for-4s for the very same price.
Right.
That, folks, is a bargain.
So as you exit World Showcase on the Mexico side, there's something called the Epcot Experience Brewing, and we have no idea what it is, so we're gonna go check it out. All right, so it turns out that's just like a place that sells wings and beer, and they call it an experience. I mean, it's just like a place that sells wings and beer. They have different flavors of wings, but I wouldn't really classify that as an experience. Trevor, what do you think?
No, I would classify that as something that you walk through when you're trying to get over to Test Track.
Okay. All right, so me and Trevor are now heading out of Epcot. I think we've covered just about everything, maybe missed a few things, but hopefully we gave you guys a good picture, and now it is time for our review. All right, so the Cardamen are back here, and we're gonna give our review, as we said. Yeah, I thought it was good. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Just kidding, this is going to be our actual review. So, between the booths and the merchandise, this year's Food and Wine is pretty basic. I mean, compared to last year, which was in the middle of a pandemic, I'd have to say that last year's was better than this year. The main thing I did like was some of the food. I have to say that some of it was really good and the other half was pretty bad. There's a really weird medium where there's so many old dishes that everyone knows what they already taste like. For example, the carrot cake as well as the cheddar bacon soup in Canada. I have to say though, my favorite dish is that corned beef at the Flavors by Fire. My least favorite dish was that pork rinds and the saucy, bossy pork, whatever the hell it's called. All in all, I feel like it was pretty basic. I feel like a lot of the aspects of Food and Wine aren't there. I think the merchandise is pretty basic. It's very overpriced. To me, it just seems like a festival that stripped away of all of its character.
Food and
Jaden, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was like an average Food and Wine, you know. And any festival that comes to Epcot, like we said in our past video, really brings life to the park. And, you know, in our last video, we talked about how we liked eating the food and you know, just there's always something to do besides just the rides, because like we said, half of Epcot is like under construction right now. So for what it is, I think they did a good job. Some of the food was great, some of the food was yucky. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was overall pretty good. So with that all being said, we hope we gave you guys some good information and some good tips on what to do, and you know, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, and what you should buy, merchandise, all that good stuff. We're gonna link a website in the description with more information about Food and Wine. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
129 good days. So the one thing that they always have